Evening, folks. How's everybody doing tonight? I want to thank you all for watching the stream. If you're tuning in live, it's a pleasure to have you here. And something quick and sweet before going to bed. Now, I feel I'm going to reintroduce myself. First name, Ben. Middle name, Streaming. Last name, Lowkey. And this is a live stream where I share my thoughts, share my introspective journey, and just a free space, judgment free, where I can kick it with you. And whatever your opinion may be, whether we agree or disagree, we learn and we grow. Hello, we've got a viewer there. Please comment below. What are you all about? And this is a stream where I'm going to discuss things that I'm interested in: competent education and masculinity is my main topic as of late, and it's an incredible world exploring, and defining it is always so tricky because there's so many people who are saying the wrong thing and mixing it with a little bit of the right thing, and the best lies are very well mixed in with the truth, that you can't identify what is real and what is not. So with that said, I try to keep things quite abstract and quite ambiguous, and the truth is yours to define. And today's been an interesting day. What was on my mind was how some of the greatest things people have accomplished happen after much life experience and much wisdom, and how the impact that very specific people have sometimes changes the world. And when I woke up this morning, I got a notification of a news article that Elon Musk had added something like 11 billion extra to his wealth. And earlier that day, these algorithms, they're always watching what you're doing. And I was watching an article about his ex-wife, I think his first wife, biography she wrote, and how she mentioned how his career changed and the things he accomplished, starting first with Zip2, and how that online directory, he sold that and made millions, and how when he was younger, he accomplished some really great things. But now that he's older, like when he was younger, he was making millions, and as he grew older, he's now making billions. And it really got me thinking of how, particularly in the African American community and Black community in general, like spoiler alert giveaway, I am a brown person, and just how so many great, impactful brown people did it in their youth and then passed away. Like, imagine if Tupac had made it to his 70s or his 80s. Just imagine how his work would have matured and evolved. Maybe the greatest things he was to do were actually, in fact, never done yet. I mean, can you imagine if, XXXTentacion, had he made it to, 80 or 90, what would his music have sounded like when he was, more mature, had gotten more life experience, had done more things, had time to deal with a lot of his emotions and things he was going through. And just how, even now, the country South Africa, if you really think about it, how some of the most prominent brown people only had such a limited time to actually do what they were doing. Tata Madiba, Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, if you really think about it, the great number of years he spent in imprisonment, imagine all the other things he could have accomplished if, that didn't have to occur. Like Donald Trump was in the 70s when, he was running and making, his impact. But now imagine Donald Trump, but having done 27 years in prison, like 27 years of things that he had done just taken off. his record, and now having to play catch up. And I mean, Notorious B.I.G., if he were, alive this day, if he had made it to his, the same age as Elon Musk, can you imagine the type of deals he'd be making, the type of albums, what his music, the impact he would have had on music, and business, and you know all these things. And it's a lot to think about. Like, imagine if Keith Haring had made it to 80 years old, or Jean-Michel Basquiat had made it to his 80s. What would the impact, the momentum he would have gained, and just how a lot of what Elon Musk has accomplished has happened because, again, of that vast experience and time to mature, learn things, take on bigger challenges, and grow. And even a genius needs time to grow and learn and do things. And it really got me thinking that, yeah, it kind of makes sense why, you know, as a lot of the problems we have in this world are kind of there, and how some of the greatest things that could have happened didn't happen. And maybe they might still happen, but yeah, it was, I don't want to go on a negative tip. I mean, so many great things have happened. I mean, YouTube has like sped up the learning process, content delivery process, and made more social media influencers. But I still feel human beings have so much more potential, and perhaps that is the evolution. Perhaps evolution, all it really is unlocking the latent potential that we've always had. Just wondering. And if you follow a lot of these hype, like, a lot of people discuss celebs, but I'm trying to look at the more introspective effects that celebrities have on us, and what makes them who they are. Is it particular trauma they carry, a particular nature, a DNA, a nurturing, a lineage, a certain life circumstances? Let's really try and understand what makes them that, and just realizing they're human beings just like you and I. They eat, sleep, poop. They will go to school. I went to the same high school as Elon Musk. Yeah, it's a flex I always have to use, but it's such an interesting thing. And just wondering, like, just thinking about him, Elon. I want to call him. We're on a first name basis, Elon and I, and just how is he the only one who can do what he does? Is he the only one of his potential and capacity and drive? And I really thought about it, of how many of these outliers are they just on the bell curve of humanity? You've got people on the extreme negative end, and then you've got people on the extreme positive end. Your people with superhuman abilities, and it's an incredible thing when you think about it. How many Michael Jordans are they? Have they even been in history? And I believe it's a rare thing. And now, as more avenues to identify these outliers, these people with not only the potential, and but they've got the drive to unlock that potential, because it's yeah, it's really a big mental trip when I think about it, because I'm from the era where I used to watch like the X-Men and 90s cartoons, and they'll tell you everyone is special in their own way. Everyone is, their own. Everyone can be a superhero. Everyone can be Superman. And in a way, yes, kind of. I mean, okay, YouTube again. How many people are now pretty much radio hosts, TV hosts, podcasters? Okay, yeah, okay, cool. Under certain circumstances, everyone can be a superhero. But yeah, okay, wait, hold up. Actually, when you really think of, okay, I'm all over the place. I'm gonna drive this to a good point. Trust me, just follow me with this one. Superman is from Krypton, right? In the lore of the story, he gets his powers because the sun that shines on the Earth is different to the one. Gives him a different radiation than the one on Krypton. So any Kryptonian could have had superpowers. So therefore, anyone can be a superhero. Okay, cool. Cool. Anyone with a unique set of abilities or a particular DNA can be a superhero. Yeah, so the argument is pretty much this elitism versus this what can I say? This egalitarian superheroism. This egalitarian. How can I say? Giving of superhero powers. So then, if that were the same case, then anyone could also be a super villain as well. It will all come down to choice. It will all be about unlocking all your negatives, and which in a way is kind of true in the right set of circumstances, with the right set of abilities and the right anger and the right choices and determination to unlock all the evil potential within a human being. Anyone could become a super villain. Quite a lot of heavy thoughts, eh? I would say between for going to bed, and I said this was going to be a light and sweet podcast, but yes, more to ponder about. And I think I'll leave that one there. Oh no, I think I've opened up a can of worms. Partially opened it. I want to seal it, seal it back, and we'll put it in the fridge for now. Let's put tonight on pause, and more awesome content coming soon. Hit me up on IG. The link somewhere. Find my IG. Find my IG. That's the mission for tonight, should you choose to accept it. Find my IG. Follow me. DM me. Let's chat. Let's vibe out. And yeah, let's all enjoy this stream to the maximum. Mr. Lowkey, signing out.